It's Filaments and Fibre with Steve Brooks and Stephanie Lester.
Ooh,
I haven't heard that for a while.
No, that brought back memories.
Yes. Now, first of all, does anybody know who we are?
Yes.
Because we haven't
Reintroduce
been
ourselves.
here for a while.
No.
It's been, we reckon, 7 weeks.
Since the Bloom show, isn't it? When we were going to do
A
one.
lot's happened in 7 weeks.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we've got to try and fit it all in half an hour.
Well, we could go over half an hour. Don't have to.
We could do. We could
Yeah.
tracy it a bit. But how you doing anyway?
Me?
Not as I haven't seen you much lately.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm a bit tired.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. No, I think we'll start from the present and we'll work back.
Okay, yeah.
We've just had a very entertaining last day.
I say exhausting in a number of ways, because a 5-year-old child at the best of times is quite exhausting for us.
Tell me about it. I live with one all the time.
But I would say that Ez has quite some unique, special characters.
This is our grandson, Ezra.
And
bless him.
God love him. And to be honest, he was a lot easier to look after from a medical point of view than he's been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But he does. I suppose OCD is one of the issues, isn't it?
And he's got two switches. He's either on, he's either off, or he's 100% full on 100 miles an hour.
200%.
But,
and his favourite word is why.
Why? Excuse me, why?
Yeah.
Excuse me, why? Bless him. He's lovely. Love him to bits. And
the attention span of a gnat.
And attention span of a gnat. And blimey, we were knackered.
Oh.
We were
what was hilarious was this morning, because you went into the bathroom obviously this morning, and Ez and I were sorting out his food pack and everything. And then when you came out of the bathroom having had a shower, you looked like a broken man. I mean, your face was just... And you looked over at Ez as if to say, oh my God, he's still here.
No, I didn't. The thing is, I think the problem is we don't have Ez or Stan overnight very often.
No.
We've only got each other to live with.
Yeah.
And although...
And whilst other people might think we're a pain in the arse, we're used to each other.
We're used to each other, and we've got a routine, and we just do this. We just do what we want to do when we want to do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, somebody throws 100-mile-an-hour 5-year-old into the equation.
It's been a long time since we've had Ez overnight, actually.
And of course, he has got needs because he's still got his peg feed in, so you have to set up with his feed that goes straight into his tummy.
But also, you have to be ready to give him extra insulin and
whatever.
all sorts.
But he was, behaviour-wise, on Ez's scale, he was best behaviour.
Yes.
Best behaviour. So that was his best behaviour.
I mean, and his mum's on holiday, and I sent her a text and said, "You need more holidays."
Yes, because we need one after a day.
Officially prescribed by me. Well, half a day. We didn't even have him for a full day.
No, we didn't.
We had him from 3 o'clock in the afternoon until 9 o'clock. I mean, I know we all went out to breakfast together, but his dad was then taking over the behavioural side of things.
And I said the only good thing that came out of it, besides us having him, was the fact that we've got 18 cookies. Huge cookies, because I decided to do some baking with him. Yeah. And that was interesting.
Well,
because
also,
he wants to do everything, you see. Yes. He wants to put all the flour in the bowl and on me.
While standing balancing on a chair.
And the chair, which I told him to keep still on, and he managed to push it away from the worktop.
You caught him in mid-air, didn't you?
Just caught him as his chin was about to connect with the worktop. And he's fearless, absolutely fearless. He is the most lovable little boy you could ever wish to meet.
And he did help me with the videoing.
He helped you with some videoing for a client.
I'd made a new reins. What's it called? The
reins.
Reins and
bridle
and reins for a rocking horse.
This is somebody who's an expert on making rocking horse parts.
This is what it's done to me, isn't it?
We can't blame Ez for too long.
I can, but I made it, and I realised, because a few people have emailed me recently, and they send me pictures of their horse, rocking horse, and you realise that people
That's another website.
Yeah, it's a whole different. But people don't know how to put the reins on properly. No. So I thought, I know, I'll do a little video. And of course I said to Ez, you can come and help me. Because he said, I've been putting the reins on the horse. And I said, that's brilliant. Then let's do a video. But as I said, he's got the attention span of a gnat. And so he would start off putting the reins on. and then just do that. I'm done. And I'm like, no, you have to show the whole thing. So after he'd done it a couple of times, I was like, so if we just do it again, he goes, yeah, I don't want to do it again. So that was
That's
it.
it.
So then
I
said, well, I'll do it, and you be behind the camera, which was obviously still running. And I said, so you can just watch through there, and then we'll get to the end. And halfway through, he's suddenly like, are we done now? And I was like, no, you've just ruined the take by actually saying that.
I can't believe you had him help you anyway.
Oh, well, it was hilarious. I just thought he would do it because he's so keen, but I hadn't realised how off a tangent he goes. And then I said the fatal thing, which is when we've come to the end, just say the word cut. But of course he just kept saying cut randomly throughout the things. So then he said, I want to go and help Gramps make cookies. I was like, bye.
Yeah, so you passed him on to me, and that was fun.
Yeah.
So that's starting off where we are now.
Yeah.
But we apologise we haven't done anything since 24th of May. Of April. April.
Wow,
it is a way back, but we have an excuse. We have now sold the house.
Woo!
Woo, woo, woo.
Be happy.
Yeah, we've sold the house. So we have no longer got to clean or hoover. Well, that's what we would think.
But the main thing is that now that when we do the weekend yard sale, is we don't have to put everything completely away, because that's what we were having to do, because obviously people come around the house wouldn't want to see the gazebos up in the front. But now we can actually leave those and be sorting.
And we had some yard sales.
Oh,
wow. We've had 4-day yard sales. We've had evening yard sales. We've had weekend yard sales.
Yeah.
We've sold some tack as well.
We have. And the thing is, because we were downsizing before, but now we're kind of in our head realised we need to get rid of more. So we're downsizing again. But it has been a gradual process, and it does take that amount of time, doesn't it? Actually go.
What also takes the time is getting you to emotionally agree to get rid of something.
Yes, there are some things like, I'm not ready yet.
If I say to you now, the mannequin in the bedroom?
I still haven't decided.
You've got a bloody wooden mannequin that's covered in newspaper clippings.
Yes, but I'm verging on I'm going to take it with me, so that's why.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So.
Where's it going to go?
In my bedroom.
Right. Okay. All right. We'll let that go then. So that's why we haven't been on. We just you have to feel like doing these things.
Yes, you do.
We got to some Sunday mornings. We've had so much going on.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll be remiss of us to leave our wonderful listener without another one of these for the time being to keep you all going.
Absolutely.
But we still. There's still hilarity. It's just it's surrounded by packing boxes.
Yes,
which is part of the hilarity.
Yes,
at the moment.
It was quite funny, wasn't it, when we had Oldham's round to size up the house?
Yeah,
and we were going around the house.
Oldham's is the removals. Don't forget, we got to explain.
Oh, sorry, yeah, they're the removals company, and they're a great removals company, great reputation. Been around since you've been around and all that, but.
Hold a minute.
They've been around longer.
Been around since I've been around.
And more.
1928 they started.
Yeah. There you go.
Don't go on. That just makes me sound older than I... No, I can't say older than I feel today.
You can't, not today. No.
Off that one, then.
But what was lovely was Stefan, who came round, was... because we were saying, no, okay, we're going to each room, that isn't coming, that isn't. And we were saying, no, the loft's been done, and, there's nothing. And he was thinking, wow, this is going really, really well.
Piece of piss, he was thinking.
Yeah, we went through the garden, and you started saying, that's coming. And I was like, where are these things going? And you went, yeah, no, perhaps they aren't coming.
He was crossing them off his list.
Yes, crossing those off. And then we got to my studio.
Dun, dun, dun.
And his face fell.
It did. Now, just to put this in perspective, folks, we're having this removal company pack for us as well.
Yeah.
So I suppose he looked around the house and thought, probably 40 boxes. And then he got down to your studio, and how many boxes did he say?
Between 50 and 60.
Between 50 and 60 boxes just to pack your studio.
I said, no, that won't do. This looks worse than you think. Trust me, you need to see through some of this, because the wool...
I've been trying to see through it for the last 2 bloody years.
You need to have vision. The wool, for instance, is going into vacuum sacks.
Oh, you've been sucking in ceiling.
Oh yes,
over the last 3 weeks. Yeah, like
no
I'm just Isn't it funny? The funniest things you say often just before we come on air.
Yes.
And what is it about iPhone charging cables?
Oh, we get
They've got a limited life, don't they? The one in the car, you have constantly dipped in a cup in which you dissolve
a headache
tablet.
Yeah.
So it's got dried cocodamol on the bottom of
not cocodamol.
Well, whatever, Solpadeine.
Yeah.
Other painkillers are available, and of course it dries and it's obviously acidic and it corrodes the things. Yeah. This one, I don't know where this has been, but before I came on air, you said this bloody lead, well, that was mildly, doesn't work, and I said, is the end clogged? And you said,
is the end clogged with Solpadeine? I said, no, I've been licking it like mad.
And it still doesn't work. So that's going in the bin. So, yeah, but it's a funny thing about cables. What is it? You can leave a cable unused, and when you come to use it again, something's dodgy about it.
Yeah. Limited life, as you say.
Things, Amazon, we are single-handedly still keeping Amazon's share price up.
Yeah, and also we've started a new one with Wayfair.
Oh, Wayfair. Oh, yes, we have. Buy one, get it delivered by Herpes and Hermes, whatever, and then or whoever.
They're called Avery now.
And it doesn't turn up, so you get another one.
No, that's DHL.
And they both turn up.
No, it's DHL.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Hermes, Avery, whatever they're called, delivered just fine.
Oh, yeah.
It was DHL who, on their sheet, said, yes, we've got it. Yes, we're delivering it.
Yes, it's been delivered.
Yes, it's been delivered. Oh, now it's back in there. Oh, now it's back with the originator. Oh, no, now it's back with them.
Now it's back at the pottery. Now it's clay again. It's gone underground.
And Wayfair, God love them, they've obviously got particular paragraphs that the customer services people are allowed to take out and put into an email.
Oh, God.
It's like, one size fits all, which doesn't, obviously. So it sort of vaguely answers what you said, but not really. And it says things like, what you need to do is to read what DHL said, which I replied with a screenshot of what... I've quite clearly read what DHL said. Perhaps you should.
You didn't actually know what you said to me. Just I've said to them they should fucking read it. I'm sure you didn't write that in the email.
I didn't write that in the email. I was a bit tamer in the email. But anyway, what was hilarious is then I did get a second. But the thing is, you have to wait 24 hours for their customer service. But the second one did say, "Oh yes, I'm very sorry about this. We've clearly contacted DHL and they've never received the item, so we're going to send you another one." It's like, no, they have. Obviously, they don't have a paragraph which says it's been lost.
No,
they're not allowed to say that. So it's either
lost.
They've never received it, or we've accepted it's damaged and they'll send you another one. So they're sending us more. So who knows how many will turn up?
And it's mugs, this one, isn't it?
Just mugs.
Yeah.
But nice ones.
What we've been doing, we've been replacing our crockery with ones that are more suitable for Wales and.
Well, we've got an eclectic mix of naff stuff, haven't we, really?
Yeah. And you can't even give it away.
No,
I'll put a notice on a Facebook marketplace, which is a sales part of Facebook, saying free to anybody who's moving house or just setting up home or homeless and just been rehoused. If you want any crockery or cutlery or bowls, just come and get it for free. Somebody says, can you take pictures of it all for me? What? So it looks good in your doorway of the shop you sleep in? No. No, I'm not going to do that. You can come and just take it.
That wasn't a homeless person.
No, I know, but I mean, it just...
That's not very nice.
It's not very nice, is it? No. You know what? I regretted saying it. No.
Good.
But that's what it feels like. You're giving somebody something and they... Oh, well, next thing it'll be, can you drop it over to me?
But do you know what? If it was a truly homeless person, I'd have no problem at all. The fact is...
you wouldn't know where to take it to, would you?
We've had people actually say, oh, I'm collecting for the homeless, and then they don't turn up, and then you realise they just want to tell the world they're collecting for the homeless.
Yes, we've had someone like that. A woman does that.
Yeah, and she writes on everybody's thing, oh, yes, could I, have them for free? Yes, you can have them for free.
Come at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Oh, I'll be there.
Yeah.
You should turn up.
Don't turn up.
Fuck.
No. So, but we are actually, what's really lovely is because I have collected teddies, because I used to do like a teddy bear orphanage and literally have hundreds of them, but we do now have several places, Broad Street School, who in the summer are going to be doing a teddy bear raffle.
Yep.
So obviously we'll carry on selling for a few weeks, and then all of those which are left will go to them, which will be brilliant. Some of the teacups, I used to have vintage teacups. I used to put candles in and things like. God, I've got masses of things. And so we were like, is there any charity which is doing a summer thing? Escape Arts, who are quite dear to our hearts.
Yeah, they do a lot of projects with adult learners.
Yes.
People that learn difficulties.
Yes.
Brilliant.
In fact, I refer you to a previous podcast on that if you'd like to, about my own experience.
Yes, go back to an early podcast. You'll hear about Steph's experience trying to take needle felt into adult learners.
Yes.
My God.
That was an experience. I tell you, that required me a whole afternoon and evening asleep on the sofa to recover from. But anyway.
I'm sure, was it a visit to A&E by anybody?
No, it was just...
Almost, I think.
It was just, I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
But where was I? I've completely lost my track. No. So there's lots of things that we are genuinely giving away to charity and things like that, which is brilliant.
The rest of it we're selling.
Oh, no, but we're selling as much as we possibly can. But if any charity got hold of us and said, actually, I need some help with, we'd gladly, because we have so much stuff. But we're doing well, going through all sorts of things.
In fact, I'm looking down the side of the house now, and just in case anybody comes, although the yard sale
isn't on today,
gazebos are locked up, people still come and peer through the windows of them and see what we got in there. We need to talk about your neck.
My Dowager's Hump.
Do they?
Well, apparently.
I've never heard of Dowager's Hump.
Oh, I have.
Basically, if you were to look on the internet for a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger and just zoom in on his neck from the rear, then it would be totally indecipherable from Steph's. You would put them side by side. You have got the most muscular neck at the back. And it's through your constant stabbing. It could be through. Is it just one side?
No, it's both sides.
It's not each time you hit me on the sofa. Then
no, it's both sides.
And it is a wicked old neck.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be some weightlifters that'll be proud of that. But apparently, it is not an affliction, but it's a thing. It's a thing called a Dowager's Hump.
Yes, and it's lots of office workers, because it's where you've leant forward and your neck has gone forward, and obviously the muscles build up to support that. And needle felting, I do that a lot. So I've now got that marvellous.
Well, this thing arrived,
pillow.
which is like it
looks like a wave.
I mean. Give it here. I can't show it, but
no.
I mean, this is the most weird thing that if you gave it to somebody and said, "What's this for?" nobody would ever guess what it's for.
No.
I might put a picture of it alongside. It's got little tiny lumps on it, which makes you think of something, maybe massagey in a way, but there's no way that I would have known if you'd have said this is arrived from Amazon.
What's weird though, it's basically a neck pillow.
It's a neck pillow, but Christ,
basically it supports your neck. They show you lying on the floor with your knees bent, but obviously your neck rests on that, and your head obviously is over the back, and it just stretches
your neck out.
The neck and the top of your spine.
And how long before your hump goes?
Apparently it can. It shows an effect after a couple of weeks. So you do it for about 10 minutes a day. But
will you then be able to, those African ladies, all those rings around the neck? Will your neck be stretched enough that you can have those rings on?
I'm going to say no again, and he might shut up. Anyway, so the thing is, oddly, is when you're lying down and you actually have your neck over the pillow. I said to you, because obviously your head is leaning back, it actually feels exactly the same as if you're hung upside down. You know those stretch things they get.
Yeah.
Where you literally did used to hang upside down.
Is that the last time you were hung upside down?
I don't know the last time I hung upside down.
I can't remember the last time I was hung upside down.
But anyway, it feels just like that.
I didn't pay for.
Your sinuses and your face, how that feels when you're upside down. That's what it feels when you're
I'll have a go at it later.
Will you?
Yeah.
Tilly will sit on your chest when you do it.
Will she?
I'm just telling you now.
Is that what she did with you?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
She came and sat next to me and then sat on my chest like, just helping.
Tilly's our cat, by the way. She's not like
my friend who comes and sits on the chest.
Your friend who comes round for tea and just sits on your chest.
For the sheer hell of it. But so anyway, I'll let you know how that gets on.
Yeah, so that
I haven't done today's 10 minutes yet.
Have you not?
No.
I think you should do a time lapse over the next couple of weeks so we can see your hump disappear.
God.
Disappearing hump.
What, the before and after pictures?
Yeah.
No.
Be after and before.
Yeah. I'll just show a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger and then show a picture of me.
Yeah, and spot the difference. So yes, apart, it's not only you that's afflicted at the moment.
Oh, really?
Because I've got my rotator cuff injury.
Oh, what is that? What you're calling it today?
Yeah, no, it's always been that.
No, you could have frozen shoulder.
No,
when you were
I got
out.
that wrong because that's what I had last year.
It wasn't a proper one, though, was it?
It was a proper frozen. Well, no, it wasn't a proper frozen. This is I torn one of the tendons in the rotator cuff.
Yeah.
And the rotator cuff is that socket.
I'm going to say it here.
What?
Online, it's recorded. Did you do the exercises?
No, I haven't yet. When do I have chance of doing the exercises?
Oh, in the morning when you spend 3 hours in the bathroom getting ready?
I do not spend 3 hours.
Well, you did this morning when you were hiding.
Hiding from Ez.
Yes.
It did take me longer for
Yes, it did. I sent you a text.
Morning.
Where are you? Are you hiding?
I did buy those pressure stretchy band things.
Yeah.
I suppose
plastic band.
I couldn't find
we used
a
to have
door.
them in aerobics, didn't we?
Yeah, I couldn't find a door that I
Really?
could do it under.
They're there. But you don't have to do it under a door. You can do it over the handles.
Yeah, you can, but
Yeah.
I don't want to damage
Yeah,
the
so
door.
any excuse then,
Yeah,
basically,
but-
to not do it. So no sympathy from me because you haven't done the exercises.
Okay.
Move on.
Yeah, and then of course I've had a problem with my hearing recently, didn't I?
What?
Yeah, exactly. I had Otis
Redding? Really?
Not Otis
That's not,
Redding.
that's not an affliction. That's just amusing.
I wish I was sitting on the dock of the fucking bay, I'll tell you. Otitis Media, which is not a company that does records on ears. This is water inside the middle ear, which affected me from hearing. I couldn't hear much. At the same time, my hearing aid broke down.
Oh, that was good, yeah.
So, sorry?
No, well,
That
it wasn't
was
good, but as in bad.
That was good, sarcastically good.
Yeah.
And bad. So
that went well.
both have been repaired now. Well, I say my ear hasn't been repaired.
Well, it's getting better though, isn't it?
This podcast is getting to be a list of our afflictions.
You just saying about music just made me laugh because I remember this morning when Ez was still here and Ez kept saying things like,
he knows we've
if
got
we
Alexa.
ask Alexa, to play music, and Ez started off just randomly saying words and asking Alexa to play it, and of course there was no such song. That's your alarm going off.
It is.
What
my
you're
alarm
alarming
going off.
yourself about now?
Oh yeah, we've got to remember to buy Stan a birthday present.
Oh, bless him. Okay.
I'm going to turn
Anyway,
that off.
turn that off.
I will do.
So he randomly would ask her, and then he'd say, "Is that a song?" And last night he got me to, and I said, "Jump," and that. So this morning, after you eventually got yourself out of the bathroom and you ended up in the office, I was in the kitchen with Ez and we were chatting on, and he was like, "Oh, shall we ask Alexa to play something?" And I said, "Okay." So I said, he's like, "She'll get the same one. Is that your favourite?" I said, "Well, that was my favourite yesterday, and today we'll play Fame." And so Fame started, and he said, "Is this Gramps' favourite one too?" And I said, "I think you'll find it, just a little bit too jolly for Gramps this morning."
I didn't mean to give him a feeling that I just felt a little bit spaced out this
look
morning.
at your face was hilarious. I mean, if I could have taken a picture of it, it was very funny. I mean, I know exactly how you feel because I felt the same way, but it was just
we shouldn't get that
it was
exhausted.
just written across.
I know. I said to you, I felt slightly irritable this, but now I never ever.
No.
I'm irritable in the mornings.
you're
I'm
not.
a
No.
morning person. I'm
Yeah.
a night person. I never get. But I woke up. Maybe it was because the amount of times because he stayed in the bed with me.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is the
yeah.
best, so I could keep my eye on him.
But he was very
He's
all over the place.
Yeah,
isn't he?
I mean, if he did a time lapse, it would be like
Yeah.
planets moving around in the bed. Whether that I didn't get a decent night's sleep, I don't know, and I will get a decent night's sleep.
Yeah,
Anyway, what did make the day a lot better was my wonderful interview with Cindy Porter.
Yes.
This podcast is following almost an hour interview
That was
with
amazing.
Cindy Porter, an amazing animal artist from Australia, from Melbourne.
Akashic
She's
Records
our
guide.
friend. And she's an Akashic Records guide. She's a spirit animal guide. I did my spirit animal guidance with her, which, as I said to her on the podcast this morning, I was a little bit not reluctant, but I was thought. Oh,
no, but you didn't know anything about it because obviously through Cindy and others, I'd heard about it quite a bit, and you kept saying to me, "What will actually happen?" And I said, "I don't know, or I suspect, it will be some sort of meditation type process,
which I'm crap at,
which you're useless." And you were like, "Oh my god!"
Because my head just doesn't stop working.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Do it. Cindy will tell you what's going to happen. Yeah. And actually, you loved it.
Oh, loved it. Because I can never meditate because I just have to think about. Because I think about I've got to meditate, and that's what I'm thinking about.
And then you fall asleep.
And then I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the things I worried about with Cindy. Will I just fall asleep?
The moment you shut your eyes.
I didn't. What I did do was ascend and see my spirit animal, which is a black panther, of which she did a wonderful painting afterwards, which is part of the process. This is how she combines her art and the spirit guides.
But it was interesting because, she was saying that she's actually a certified Akashic record guide, as is Mac, one of the blooms as well, and she was saying how important the certification is. Now I can say that I've never done any of the actual courses to be certified, but because I'm in that world, when they're doing their certification, Joanna Hunter, who actually takes the courses, asks anybody who wants to come forward and I say be a guinea pig, but basically enable them all to be judged in doing the actual work that they've just learnt about. And I've put myself forward for many of the things and I've never been picked. But on this occasion, when they were doing the Lightbringers one, which Cindy talked about on the thing, I put myself forward because it was before we'd sold the house and I felt I got myself into a waiting state rather than moving state, and I felt quite stuck. And so I thought perhaps that would be something which might, because I didn't really know, but I just thought that might be. Anyway, I was picked, so I thought, it must be something that can be helped through the light, because it's like a healing process and it might clear you of things, depending on whatever it is in your life. But it was Eleanor, who was one of the people who was also doing the certification with Mac and Cindy that I did it with, and it was brilliant. And it did clear me. I won't go on in length about the process, but it did clear me. And what was it? Within a week, we sold the house.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
But I will say that just with regards to the certification, the process they go through, the training they go through, and then they actually have what I call guinea pigs, but which we then all write what our experience was like. So it is important because they have been trained, they have gone through that process, so they know what they're doing when they.
It's an amazing thing because you have to be open-minded.
Oh, yes.
Some people are going to be forever sceptical, and I'm always open-minded. I've never really looked at it before, but.
Some people who are in that world aren't open-minded, and other people like you who aren't really in that world, but you hear about it, you are open-minded.
I'm always willing to, as I say, things that we do now 100 years ago would have been classed as witchcraft.
Yes, absolutely.
Or hocus pocus or whatever.
For sure.
For sure. What do you say about waiting? The way the new waiting that we're doing at the moment is waiting on another cookie.
Yeah, or ice cream.
Dear, what are we going to do? Because we're just in love with food at the moment. It's just, I know that's a sign that we're comfortable with everything. But,
I know, but we need to. Well, we say we need to get fitter for the move, don't we? Really,
and we have. I can only describe as Ice Cream Friday.
Yeah, we did have ice
your
cream.
fault.
It was.
Friday,
it was very hot. It was very hot.
Friday, for people who don't know, over here in the UK, this Friday just gone, which was the 15th of June, whatever it was. It was the hottest June day ever on record in the UK. It got to 32 degrees or something. And you decided that every meal we had that day should be based around ice cream.
I don't think why you should limit yourself to meals.
So we had, I must have had 4 ice creams, including the dessert.
3. I thought it was 3 ice creams.
4. I think it was, it felt like 4. It felt like 4 the next day.
Yeah.
But, and we've done, I think, went to a wedding, didn't we?
Yes.
A friend's wedding where we met all the Blooms girls.
Yeah.
We met up.
Fabulous.
And you played croquet.
Oh, my God.
And you, Sammy and Julie
Yeah.
decided to have a game of croquet.
We did.
After a little bit of a bit of watering.
Let's just say I didn't think my balance was quite what it was.
I don't think I don't think your swinging of your thing between your legs was.
My mallet.
Your mallet between your legs was.
No.
It nearly ended up between mine. I think. But thankfully, and I say thankfully, it was all captured on video.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah.
The hilarious thing is like in times like that, what I love is that you're with like-minded individuals who all have a bit of a laugh, and we all look after each other. So, like, if anybody had really done themselves a damage, we would have put. I was at one point on the floor, but I was laughing so much. I just couldn't get up.
You swung the mallet between your legs, and then you fell over.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't get up.
I was just laughing so much.
Sammy had gone off, or she went off to find her husband, Phil, who got lost. And then Julie took the opportunity of trying to get round the quickest while you were lay on the floor and Sammy had gone. She thought, right, this is my chance now, and she was whacking them around.
It's hilarious.
And I was just standing there videoing it, thinking, this is hilarious. I'm never going to believe they've done this. Yeah. But it was one of the most wonderful days that we'd had going. It was just fabulous company. Yeah. Fabulous wedding, and just... just great.
Yeah, loved it.
So, what else has gone on there? Just...
well, there's loads of things have gone on, but it's just that because it's been so long, I think you stopped writing on your list.
I did stop. I've got things on the list here that I just don't know what they refer to.
Okay, we'll read them and let's see if we can...
Okay. The first one you said to put down was my Fitbit says fuck you. So, please explain.
Well, I think it was where we were saying that every bloody programme you watch, don't they? Or whatever, people always go, my Fitbit says I've done 20,000 steps.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even programmes on telly. It's even when you go out for lunch with someone and they say, my Fitbit says I've done 50,000. And I said, my Fitbit says fuck you.
Yeah. We don't even possess a Fitbit.
No.
I don't think there's a bit of us that's fit.
My Fitbit would literally go, fuck you, what are you doing? I mean, why are you buying a Fitbit?
I'm looking now and thinking, that's not fit. No, that bit isn't fit. That certainly isn't fit.
What bit is fit? I don't know. I'm looking,
but I can't see one. The morning, I don't know what it was, but we were... Oh, that's what you were having a go at me about rolling up the front of the gazebos.
Oh, right.
And I said, if you meditated, you said, I said, you need to do it more then. Because you need extra meditation on days when we've got a lot going on. You started meditating again, haven't you?
Yes.
I can see, it shows.
Yes, I have started meditating again.
Lack of bruises.
Yeah.
Proves it.
Well, in fact, it's funny, isn't it? Because I always say, at particular times, you feel in tune with different people. And I have 2 groups that I am within, Joanna, who I mentioned, and also Sarah Langdon. And sometimes I'm more over to Sarah Langdon and sometimes I'm more over to Joanna. But there was another lady within the Sarah Langdon community who did a little session the other day, and she was just explaining her way of doing meditation, and I decided to have a go at that, because I'm not very good at it for different reasons to you, as in I can actually turn my mind off and I can actually do it. But it's the classic, I've got to get up now, haven't got time, which, is crazy, especially like the conversation you had with Cindy earlier, which is time is just our own concept.
And I think it wasn't a conscious decision not to wear a watch.
No, but I don't either, do I? Because
we both got lovely watches.
We were talking about selling our watches, weren't we?
Well, yeah, because you've got...
It is interesting though, isn't it? Because I did look into selling it back to the company that I bought. It's a tag watch.
Tag viewer. Yeah.
It's no mean beast. But because it's vintage, it's not worth the company buying it, because obviously they would refurbish it to a particular... And their refurbishment... Let me tell you, just to change the battery costs 50 quid with this company.
I know,
which is why they have never changed my battery in my watch. But so you can imagine, to do what they consider refurbish a watch costs quite a lot of money. And I suspect the maximum price that you could get for it is about £500. So it probably just isn't worth it. But I just thought that's interesting, because everyone's really into vintage at the moment. But if you look at tag watches at the moment, they've all got diamonds on, and they're all about £2,500. So you think, fine. So I'll either keep it or I'll sell it privately. But I don't wear it. Just don't wear it.
funny you say about the vintage, because one of the yard sales we had recently, I got some old cameras out there.
Oh, they're back, aren't they?
Yeah, old cameras, old 35mm cameras.
Yeah.
And it was a youngster. She could have been about 16, 17.
Yeah.
Who wanted
a film camera.
So I got one there, so I then realised there was a film in it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what was on the film, so I just
took it out.
I just dragged it out, pulled it all out.
Who knows
what's on there? And last time I used it must have been 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So God knows what was on there. I hate to think.
But yeah,
but
take it out quick. I had a digital camera that you sold the other day for me.
Yes, got a fair price for that.
So even that, things like this, it's amazing.
Well, the guy who bought it said it's, classed as sort of vintage, and it's only about 10 years old.
Wow.
Because it's progressed so much more.
Yes, of course.
Technology has moved on.
Yeah.
Our iPhone would do things that my hugely expensive Nikon won't do.
I use my iPhone as my camera, and that's the thing. I don't, you just don't need an ordinary digital. So what else is on you? What other funny things you got on this there? Go on.
Going for a sleep, system shut down.
Oh.
What was that about? All the sleeps you have in the afternoon.
Yes. Oh no, that's not.
Going for 20 minutes back 2 hours later.
No, I know what that is.
Yeah?
That was. We were saying about people having naps and things like that, and I was saying that since COVID, and I didn't know if it was COVID, but prior to COVID, I was very sort of, I feel like I'm going to have a little bit of a nap now, feel myself gradually getting tired, I'm going to go and lie down, and I might be up there for 30 minutes, or I might be up there for 2 hours, we just don't know. But since COVID, I go, I'm fine. Shut down. Done.
That's right.
And
you do.
My system just goes reboot.
I know. It did. When you just did that, you put your head down, your Dowager's hump moved up. Yeah. It was like, those little animals you could get where you press the button and their heads and droop.
Yeah.
They just look like you then. You flop down and your Dowager's hump stuck up.
That's a little button ready to go again. That's because I was rebooting.
You're rebooting. That's
what that was. That's just definitely my nap has turned into a complete system shutdown reboot. Yeah.
I think that's what we all need sometimes. I feel like it now, actually.
I know you do look tired.
I do feel.
It was very fun. I was very amused by it.
Yes, I could see that. You were very, very highly amused.
I could see how you were just done.
Amused.
Okay, next on your list.
That's it. No, I think we're done. I think we're done, really. Done
in more ways than one.
Done in more ways than one.
You.
The only other thing was the lasting memory of Ez wanting you to bump down the stairs.
Oh my God!
I mean,
this morning, he got up the top of the stairs and he sat down, and I thought he was just going to glide down, but no, he did the bump all the way down, and then looked at me and said, "Your turn." And I said, "No."
You know what they say? When in one part of the world, a butterfly flaps its wings.
Chaos theory, yeah.
Yeah, chaos theory. A butterfly flaps its wings as a tsunami, and this is Steph bumps down the stairs, and Melbourne's underwater. Yeah.
Restaurant at the end of the universe, more like it. Jesus Christ.
How's that? There's been an earthquake in Stephen on the Richter scale of 4.7.
Well, at the time when I said no, I was more worried about my back. You were worried about the world.
People close to the epicenter, which was Loxley Road, Stratford-on-Avon, have realised that. Yeah, so.
But no, the funniest thing that Ez said, which I amused the hell out of me, was because I said all he kept saying was why to everything.
Why?
And he said, Steph, do you love Gramps? And I said, yes. And he went, why?
And on that note, we will leave today's podcast. Apologies again, it's taken so long to get around to doing another one for you. We do hope you've enjoyed it.
Might be a bit structured next time. Not
structured? We're never structured. We're anything but structured. So thank you very much for bothering to listen to this 35 minutes of rambling on, and if you've had as much fun listening to it as we haven't had doing it, then yes, we've done it half as much as...
stop it and just get off.
Okay. Bye. It's good night for me.
And it's good night from him.
Good night. That was Filaments and Fibre with Steve Brooks and Stephanie Lester. If any of the cases covered in this podcast have caused you any concern, please realise that we couldn't give a shit.
I'm off for an ice cream.
Oh, that sounds good.